Good afternoon. Or morning still, around noonish. All right. So we're going to continue looking at Beowulf. We have chapter 6. Beowulf introduces himself at the palace. Yes, I printed it out. Can't read on the computer and record. Come on, y'all. Okay. Yes, we're sitting in my back patio or in my backyard. It's a pretty day. Everybody in the house is loud. It's pretty peaceful out here. So I hope it works for y'all. All right. So, Beowulf introduces himself at the palace. The highway glistened with many-hued pebble. A bypath led the liegemen together, firm and hand-locked. The war byrnie glistened. The ringed sword, radiant, rang mid-armor. As the party was approaching the palace together, they set their arms and armor against the wall. In warlike equipment, gainst the wall of the building, their wide-fashioned war shields, they weary did set them. Battle shields, sturdy, bitchward, they turned then. Their battle sarks rattled the gear of the heroes. Okay, so essentially all this is with this opening is just description of these warriors who have landed on the shores after those 12 years of dealing with Grendel. Hrothgar's there. They're heading up towards Heorot. They are just very impressive. They are wearing their armor. And of course, I mean, they're warriors. They need to make these people feel confident when they come up. So they're not going to come up, in their chill outfits. They're coming up ready for battle. They need to look scary. And of course, they have everything shined up lovely. So here they come. The lances stood up then, all in a cluster, the arms of the seamen ashen shafts mounted. With edges of iron, the iron-clad troopers, a Danish hero asks them whence and why they are come. Now remember, Beowulf traveled to Denmark. This is Denmark long before Hamlet that I know we just finished. Same place, major different time period, like thousands of years. Oh my god, like it's a crazy amount of time. I know it's hundreds of years. We get it right. So anyway, where they are come. So they get there, and one of the people that who's from there, that one of the people who's supposed to be there, dude, where y'all coming from? I mean, they're looking ready for battle. Were decked with weapons. Then a proud, mooted hero asked of the champions questions of lineage. In other words, dude, who's your folks? Who's your daddy's family? Who's your grandparents? Who's your great grandparents? Why should we trust you? What in your background makes me trust you? And remember, here, lineage, that ancestry is incredibly important. Your family kind of made you in this particular society. From what borders bear ye your battle shields plated, gilded and gleaming, your gray-colored byrnies, helmets with visors, and heap of war lances? To Hrothgar the king I am servant and liegeman. And of course, I need to stop here for a second. I forgot to mention liegeman. Who is he honorable to? Who has he pledged allegiance to? In other words, are you friend, are you foe? I'm sorry, I did leave that out a little bit ago. But I'm going on because I don't think I'm going to re-record this again. Monk folk from far lands found I have never. He expresses no little admiration for the strangers. So many of men, more courageous. I ween that from valor, now wise as outlaws, but from greatness of soul ye sought for King Hrothgar. Beowulf replies. Then the strength famous earlmen answered rendered. The proud-mooded Widder chief replied to his question. We are Higlocks, table companions, and bear an important commission to your prince. Hardy neath helmet, Higlocks mates are we, in other words, friends. Beowulf hight I to the Bairn of Halfdane. In other words, he's telling who his daddy is now. The famous folk leader, I freely will tell to thy prince my commission, if pleasingly hearing, hell grant we may greet him so gracious to all men. Wulfgar replied, then he was prince of the Wendels. His boldness of spirit was known unto many, his prowess and prudence the prince of the Shieldings. Wulfgar the Thane says that he will go and ask Hrothgar whether he will see the strangers. So he said, hey, these are my folks here, I'm friend. And so, of course, the guy was asking questions like, okay, look, I'm going to go let Hrothgar know. That's pretty much all that's happened. The friend lord of Danemen, I will ask of thy journey, the giver of rings as thou urgest me to do it. The folk chief famous, and inform thee early, that answers the good one mindeth to render me. He turned then hurriedly, where Hrothgar was sitting, old and hoary, his earlmen attending him. So you have to remember, this whole time that Grendel's been going on, time has not stood still for Hrothgar. He is aged. He is already not young, but now he's aged further. And so, when by the time Beowulf gets there, it's like I said before, it's been 12 years. So it's describing him as an older king. And so think older, stressed out, maybe like some of your teachers right now. And that's Hrothgar. I mean, there's stuff going on. He cannot stop, no matter what he's figured out today. The strength famous went till he stood at the shoulder of the lord of the Daemon of courteous Thanemen. The custom he minded. Wulfgar addressed them. His friendly liege lord, folk of the Geatmen. He thereon urges his liege lord to receive the visitors courteously. O'er the way of the waters are wafted hither. I can't talk. Faring from far lands, the foremost in rank, the battle champions, Beowulf title. They make this petition with thee, O my chieftain, to be granted a conference. O King Hrothgar, friendly answer refuse not to give them. Hrothgar too is struck with Beowulf's appearance. In war trappings, weeded worthy, they seem, of earls to be honored. Sure, the atheling is Doughty, who headed the heroes hitherward coming. So at this point, Beowulf has now introduced himself. Hrothgar's finally got a good look at him, and he's impressed. He is impressed with what he sees. And of course, remember, Hrothgar is pretty well little on the desperate side. So, in a while, crocodile, go through, do your work, and the next installment will be done soon.